Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sade. Welcome back to my channel, Hidden Alchemy. If it is your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I am a digital content creator focusing on physical well being, spiritual well being, and really just encouraging people to have greater self esteem and better self confidence through wellness. So, if you like my content, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you. And if you would like any of my services and want to see the other work that I do, check out my website down below and we could go ahead and set up a meeting. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and dive into this video. We are talking about what it means to have your Mercury in the sign of Pisces. Now, if you do not know what the planet Mercury is and would like a deeper dive, head over to my channel and you can type in Mercury sign. I have tons of videos, tons and tons of astrology videos. And you can watch the video to have a deeper dive and a deeper understanding of what the planet Mercury really means in astrology. But just for the sake of our video today, Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet of not only how we communicate vocally with other people, but how we process and understand information. I feel like a lot of times when we think about communication, we only think about talking, but a lot of communication is coherency and understanding. And Mercury also rules how we are really in relation with each other, not in a Venus type of way, but in the way of how we connect based off of the information that we know, the information that we like to study, how we connect to other people, because Mercury is really the planet of the messenger. Astrologers call Mercury the messenger of the sun. So, how we like to communicate the things that we know, how we like to study, what we like to study, and how we like to benefit off of hobbies. Mercury is really, it's the ruler of Gemini as well as Virgo, and it's how we can create hobbies and create, have different, what's the word I'm looking for? Have different skill sets. There we go. How we have different skill sets because of the information and the knowledge that we have. So when you put this planet in the sign of Pisces, Pisces is a feminine sign. It's very yin, very watery, dreamy, mystical. It's ruled naturally by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of philosophy, of religion. So Pisces folks are really people who move from a space of belief. They're big believers, they're big dreamers, big imaginative people. And it is modern day ruled by Neptune, which rules our dream state, our subconscious mind, still in the belief realm, but also taking those beliefs and making it more artistic to connect to the masses. So when you put this Pisces element, and Pisces is also water, so it being water, tapping into our emotions, tapping into what we feel on an internal level. When you put this feeling type of sign with Mercury. Now, I'll be honest, Mercury prefers to be in Gemini, Virgo, or Aquarius, and it's actually exalted in Virgo. So when you put it in its opposite sign of Pisces, it doesn't really like to be here because it has a hard time trying to understand, right? Because Mercury is all about understanding on a logical perspective, whereas Pisces is about, well, what do you believe? What do you feel? Which is a form of understanding, but it's a form of understanding on a more subconscious level. So Mercury has to do a little bit more work here. Mercury is like, okay, we understand the dream state, we understand these feelings, right? Mercury and Pisces people, you can put them in an environment with many different people and they're going to be able to feel the truth behind people's words, right? Because you can say whatever you want to say, but it's your intention behind what you say. And that's what Mercury and Pisces folks can do. They can feel your intention. They can know, oh, you're just saying that, but you don't really mean that, right? And they can't explain to you logically why or how they know that you don't mean it, but it's something that they feel. And that's what makes these folks very smart and intelligent on a more subconscious level, on a spiritual level, on an emotional level. They're going to know the emotional needs of other people and they're going to know how to tend to the emotional needs of other people. But they have a very hard time explaining things in a more logical sense because the things that they're able to understand is very subconscious, is very spiritual, and you can't really explain things that are unseen especially when we live in a world that really likes to focus on the seen world, the logical world, the practical world. So this is where Mercury and Pisces folks have a hard time, because it's not that they're aloof or dumb. I think a lot of times people like to think that people with Mercury and Pisces are a little bit more on the slower side because they just understand in a different way. But these folks are far from dumb. They're very aware. They just have a very hard time at explaining their geniusness because it doesn't apply in the practical world. Now, another way that these folks have an amazing gift is because Pisces is the last sign and rules this boundless, endless way of being, right? Pisces wants to just be in the world and be their freest, truest self. When you put it with Mercury, these are people who like to connect to so many different types of people. Very rare. Now, you can have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. You could have Chiron in Pisces, which is going to affect you. If you have your Chiron in Pisces and your Mercury's in Pisces, it is going to affect the way that you connect with other people. But this is a want and a need for these folks, is to connect with different types of people on not just a logical level, but also on a spiritual level. They want to have conversations with people and see how they feel around these types of people. Whereas a Mercury in Gemini or a Mercury in Virgo, yeah, they're going to like to be around people that they can have great conversation with, great intellectual conversations, similar interests, similar hobbies. Pisces can be around you and they're going to want to connect to those that, yeah, they can have an intellectual conversation with, but the ones that they can have a conversation with and feel safe and feel seen in their presence. Because again, Pisces rules that emotional state. So they need to feel in order to be grounded in their world. Whereas Virgo, which is the opposite of Pisces, they need to know, they need to think, they need to analyze in order to feel grounded and safe in their world. These are folks who are very, very musically gifted and likes to communicate a message through their artistic talents, through music. This is a perfect sign for writers, songwriters. This is a perfect sign for poets, because Mercury rules how we communicate, what we like to write about, what we like to talk about. This is a great sign for poets. This is a great sign for musicians, for artists, using the hands. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. Gemini rules your hands. So these are people who can create so much art. Pisces rules your feet. So these are people who can be great dancers, or let me not say great dancers, but these are people who can enjoy movement because it's a way for them to connect to the music. And we all know that music is universal. So it's a way to connect to other people. So such a beautiful placement, but just a very different type of way of relating to others. These are people who can feel so deeply and not really know how to logically communicate what it is that they might be feeling. And this is where their art comes in. They can write a poem to communicate what they're feeling. They can send you a song. They can do a dance. So just a different way of communicating, which requires a different way of being in relation with these folks. Another thing about Mercury and Pisces folks, and this is something that they'll have to work on, but that they can really use the Mercury planet to their benefit, is because Pisces has this boundless type of imagination and really likes to, not really be inside the box. They can have a hard time taking their subconscious dreams, hopes, and desires and bringing it into the practical world. It's not that Mercury and Pisces folks are aloof. No, they have this beautiful imagination, but they don't know how to do the Virgo stuff, right? They're opposite sign. They don't know how to do the daily tasks and routines to practically bring an idea into the world. Because when you think about it, our ideas always start from a spiritual space, right? It's something that can't be seen. It's a thought that we have. It's a dream that we have. It's a feeling that we have. And then we do the work to bring it into the practical world. Mercury and Pisces folks, unless they have other earth placements around them, and if they do, this is a great placement, but Mercury and Pisces folks have a hard time of having that dream, having that vision, and then saying, okay, what do I have to do practically every day to get this vision to come to life? Because they have the belief, right? There are people that can have the practical, the discipline and the routine to do things, but they lack belief and they lack confidence. A Pisces is going to have their confidence from their belief systems, what they feel internally, but they might lack discipline. So this is where Mercury and Pisces folks can really take the best of both worlds and bring it together by learning their opposite sign, by learning Virgo, by learning, okay, how can I be disciplined? How can I be more organized without being too nitpicky and forgetting the dream and the bigger vision? So that is all I have for Mercury in Pisces. If you have this placement, I would love to hear from you. Please let me know how this video resonated, or maybe if it did not. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all for my next video.